last 19, 20 years. And currently, I mean, at OSI, we kind of provide a wide spectrum of services, offerings. But we see a lot of momentum on the cloud migration, and that's why we are here to kind of talk about how we have helped customers migrate and support their transition over to cloud. We do provide strategic visionary planning and those services. Obviously, implementing cloud integrations has been our focus. And we have been partnered with Boomi, and it has been a great partnership so far. But again, I'm not going to go too technical in my presentation. It's more about strategy and what do you call planning and those kind of things, right? So I'm kind of based on our experience, and I did a lot of middleware in my past life, right? So I kind of bring the way I look at this is like, since I've worked with multiple middleware tools, I know what these tools bring to the table, and I'm able to compare and contrast those middleware platforms with Boomi and bring the best to the customers, right? So when we get implemented, again, we always look at the bigger picture. We don't narrowly focus on building integrations, but to me, it's more about understanding what you guys are trying to achieve, right, from an enterprise level. So I'll go more into a little more details. Again, obviously, we have our our templates. When we come there, we do have a very structured process so that we are able to leave you guys with valuable information when we leave. So typically what I've seen is a lot of companies build these integrations as things are evolving, right? And they end up with point-to-point integrations, and that kind of messes up things up. And I've seen customers using middleware, but still they end up with point-to-point integrations as well. So that's something which I'm very much aware of, and that's where, and I've seen some big customers where they did have middleware, but they still end up building point-to-point. And what we do is kind of help them transition into more of a very hub and spoke kind of mechanism where you have a very centralized, because middleware, as it says, it's supposed to be in the middle. So we kind of build a framework around applications so that it's easier to manage, rip and replace kind of a thing. So I'll tell you how we do that as well. Let me skip through that. But again, from an applications portfolio perspective, like I said, I mean, I've been doing integrations for 20 years. We have pretty much encountered all the applications which you can imagine of across different industries. And again, this is just a sample, but I mean, we have a lot more than this. And talking about industries, right? A lot of customers come and ask me like, okay, which industries do you guys focus on? But again, when it comes to, I see a lot of utilities as well. I heard some of you guys are from these industries, but again, we have a wide range of experience across industries, and we certainly can come up with some good business-oriented solutions as well. I wanted to take up a use case where we talk about employee onboarding, right? I wanted to showcase how an employee onboarding process can be automated, can be streamlined, can be optimized. So typically when we talk about employee onboarding, there are these 4 or 5 culprits, right? I mean, these are the main applications which kind of take you through the whole employee onboarding process, from recruitment, where you get the new hire, and then the HR takes over, creates the employee, and then that employee gets propagated to all those other edge applications. So this process is, when it's done manually, it's very cumbersome, and it's all email driven, it's all files driven. So once that email is sent to the HR manager, somebody keys in that information into a HR application, and then sends another email or a file to the payroll admin, then they provision them. So it's a long process. It takes a lot of time, and it takes couple of weeks at least to get the whole process going. So what we do is kind of, again, with a service-based oriented approach, we can eliminate a lot of those, and also it also involves human interactions, right? So that means it's prone to a lot of data errors. So once we automate the process using a middleware platform, it kind of eliminates obviously those errors, but at the same time reduces your whole onboarding time as well, from weeks to days, or even in fact even to hours, right? So that's the SOA-based approach. But again, as you can see, it's all with a hub and spoke mechanism with which we are able to uh, build things as things evolve, right? Sometimes you might not have an application in place when we start the process, but then as things are being provisioned, we can certainly plug them into the process as well. This is a interesting use case where I find Boomi, again, the platform is so flexible and scalable that you can use it for very complex integration patterns, but at the same time you can use it for even simple ones. So this is one of the complex ones where we were, the other thing which I always hear is, oh, can Boomi scale up to an enterprise? Can it handle large volumes, right? So here we had a use case where we were getting customer data and the meter readings from a utility company. And these are like massive files, a lot of data. So we were able to, obviously you have to have the right infrastructure, you have to have the right scalability of the platform. So we did manage to bring in information into Boomi and then send information into Salesforce. And on top of it, it was all EDI driven. So we were able to parse EDI files, pump a lot of information, create accounts in Salesforce, and it was all real time. And obviously, AWS, as you can see, was also part of the process. So it was a complete solution end to end. It was pretty robust, right? Again, if you guys have any questions, you want to talk about any specific items, please feel free. I mean, I'll more than be happy to keep it more interactive as well. So this was like the complex one, and then we had another situation where it was a simple process, but that's where the scalability of the platform comes in, right? I mean, if there are companies who are still trying to figure out things, want to start small, you can still do that. But then the platform can evolve, can scale your demands as well. But here we had a customer where we were bringing in files, different formats, different structures, and in different channels, right? We had files, we had emails, we have FTP folders, so we were able to consume those files, ingest the data, transform the data, and then push it into Salesforce. So two different variations, but the platform remains the same. Okay, next, I have a couple of more, but I'll then hand it over to Chief. He'll do more of the stuff here. So this is a software manufacturer. They manufacture software, and they had a really complex on-prem platform. And I don't know how to name names, but you guys should have identified. Again, it was pretty complex. And at that point, when they implemented it, yeah, they needed that kind of a platform because a lot of their applications are on-prem. But again, it was very expensive to manage and maintain. They had to have very skilled resources to do that, longer, slower deployment cycles. But then we went and implemented a Boomi-based platform where we were able to re-architect, re-implement those heavy-duty integrations using a very simple tool, but at the same time very powerful, right? So we were able to accomplish that whole deployment, and the beauty of this platform is also the time to value, right? I mean, we were able to build these things pretty fast. I mean, they had a ton of integrations which they had in their old middleware platform. We migrated all of those into Boomi, and they're up and running within weeks. It's no longer like a long month, year-long projects. It's much faster, much quicker, and much simpler. And obviously, maintenance, all that is bundled. So, any questions so far? This is my last slide. So this is another one where they actually are looking out for different iPaaS platforms, right? And like I said, we were able to go there and kind of tell them, again, depending on what their use cases were, what their needs were, we were able to evaluate multiple platforms and then give them some kind of a comparison and let them decide which one they pick. And guess what? They picked Boomi because it kind of met all their needs which they had for today, but it also was able to provide that unified platform which Boomi has, right? Because they had integration needs today, but then they were looking out for other business process automation, like a BPM solution, and they also wanted MDM in it. Unlike a lot of these other platforms, again, they had to buy different things, but here in Boomi, I like what I love about it is it's all there within the same platform. We just toggle between different things. So and they loved it, and they want to do more with it. So with that, I'll rest my case. I mean, I'll hand it over to Chi. And again, I'm around if you guys have any specific.